Go fuck yourself! You shitpaws give chase, I will kill your dicks!
What in oblivion is that?
What do you say, guys? You can just hang outside in the sun all day tossing a ball around. Or you can sit at your computer and do something that matters.
No one intervened on behalf of...
This week on RDS Gaming, visuals. From awe-inspiring to aw, fuck. Does it really look this bad? RDS does eye candy. Hello, this is episode 40 of the RDS cast, your most offensive source for all things nerd, geek, and gaming. I'm your host, Racer. That's right, it's me again. You're not getting the soft, dulcet tones of Gates back because, well, he's still getting gang-fucked by hillbillies. But tonight, I'm joined by the normal lump of man, Zero.
It's fucking right.
And what was one of those guests in an 80s sitcom and eventually gets added to the regular credits because he's just there so goddamned often, Black Sun.
Evening, everyone. I just may become an extra lump on the side that's always there.
You mean like a fucking tumor?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, if we shined up your two's heads and put them in a shirt, it would look like tits, so...
Yeah, that's true.
It'd be nice. Well, Zero, it wouldn't work because Zero would keep trying to get out and look at them.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Well,
So-
I'll say if Gates ever makes it out back, we could try it with him. Just shave his head.
So for real, in all actuality, this is the real episode 40 of the RDS cast. How scary is that shit?
That is pretty fucking scary, actually.
They're racking up quick. Before you know it, it's gonna be like 3 digits and all that.
Careful,
Scary
there's people from Appalachia here. It kind of sounded like you said Iraq, and that's never good.
No, they all come out with their fucking goddamn assault rifles and just start shooting at whatever.
Yeah, we don't need that.
All right. Keep shit moving. Keep this stuff going along. That is the MC's duty. What have you faggots been playing?
All I've had time for myself is the old Destiny 2. Keep plugging away at that here and there as I got time. Haven't really had time to do much else, but rather enjoying that. Got to spectate a little bit of Destiny 2 over the past weekend. Watch some faces get shot off. That's about it for me.
Oh, I've been playing Risk Factions and Car Simulator 15, a little bit of Rise of Nations, and of course, Destiny 2.
I was going to say, there was an awful lot of cock swallowing before you got to that last one, sir.
Yeah.
He's trying to become a mechanic on the side, I think.
Like,
No,
as you roll out from underneath the car on the creeper in Car Simulator, is there like a big sweaty man dude there just waiting to dip them tea bags in your mouth as you roll out?
Well, not a big sweaty man. I wouldn't exactly call you a big dude, but whatever.
Just like repeatedly, just little bits of hair stuck in your beard and teeth and shit, and you don't have a choice because he's got one of those jumpsuits with the drop panel in the back so he can easily go to the bathroom. Chock full of nuts.
You have thought about this way too much, Racer.
Really just came up with it right now, which probably means I think about nuts a little too much if I can come up with this on the fly. Gotta be honest.
Yeah,
He's just that good with nuts.
That's all right. We love you anyways, man.
Oh, Christ, hope so. Well,
What?
I've been on Destiny 2 very briefly, and that's been about it. But I would like to say, despite it only being briefly, Daddy's at 295.
Yes. I even witnessed that in person.
And the reset just occurred, so I'm thinking 298, 299 by the end of the week. If I actually take, 10 minutes and can keep my head in the game long enough, we'll have it. 299. Might break 300, doubt it, but I got all my +5 shit upgrades, so fuck you, Titan Mark, and your fucking dirty asshole.
Hmm. I got some of them. I wish you could trade some of those to you for the hunter. But
I had enough to make like 3 legendary mods for the Hunter Cloak. I already have somehow a legendary mark for a Warlock Bond, which I still haven't made, but need to before the faction war is over.
same.
And I could not. I had 2 of 2 and 1 of any other, and I could not fucking get a third mark mod of the same kind. Like, it was just fucking Tess Everest and Banshee had some kind of shit going on. I don't know what the fuck the deal was, but I think that bitch was waiting for me to put my credit card in her slot and just start cranking away.
That is her favorite thing.
Sorry, Claudia Black. I love you. You do great voice work. Your character's a total cunt.
Yeah, she's all about that money. To keep that glimmer rolling in.
And that has been it. I did what the fuck? Yeah, I loaded WoW for like 30 seconds. I checked all my missions and I was like, wow, this is still completely pointless to play. So I guess I'll wait for some other major event to happen and like 3 expansions from now and be like, this game is great. Why did I ever stop playing it? And a month later I'll be like, this is bullshit. Why did I start playing this?
Let the cycle resume, is what you're saying?
Yeah, and I think it's because I can't get back into what I used to be into. And I tried like hell, but then, fucking life happened. So I wasn't really able to dedicate the time I needed to get shit going, which I feel bad for. But at the same time, I'm like, meh. It's just, I don't want to put work in. It's the same reason that I guess, despite all of the hate that's pouring out the Destiny subreddit on a giant fucking pile of Mortons, I don't have any issues with the way the game is set up right now. I could play solid for 1 day every week and be done. That's 2 max level characters, 2 high power level characters. There's not that much to do and see right now, and I'm okay with that. It's not that big of a deal, and yeah, it's pretty easy to grind through all of your requirements, especially given we're not raiding yet. And even if we were, guess what? Maybe another 6 hours the first time, slowly wean down to an hour and a half, 2 hours extra play every week, and that's it. We're golden. So I don't have that big of an issue with it. It makes it pretty easy to pick up and play. It flows a hell of a lot more smoothly than vanilla Destiny 1 did. And it's all compact. Yeah, I'd love to have everything there, and I know they're going to feed us bits and pieces as time goes by that we're going to get. Look at this amazing DLC where we put shit in that we found in the dark below, but we took out because fuck you guys. We want you to be happy with us over the next 3 years.
Yeah, and I seen too that there's a new speed run for the raid is down to 25 minutes now. So if you get really good, you get an extra half an hour.
There's all kinds of ways to skip different sections and do all kinds of stuff. Like, one guy has now figured out if you do run the raid regularly but didn't get the chests, you can solo all but 1 chest in the raid. So, yeah, I mean, it's still Bungie, it's still a raid, there's still glitching, there's still ways to kind of exploit the terrain and shit to get places. I don't know, if I get terribly fucking frustrated and want to sink hours into something, apparently this week's Nightfall is the easiest one to solo so far.
Those Vex are mean.
But they also said this is the most fun Nightfall since the game came out, so hey, take it as you will.
I played around a little bit, and I mean, it seems not bad, but solo, yeah, the Vex they kind of bet me over a couple times. They did not want to play nice. They yeah, they're all about killing my ass.
So you're saying you're in a committed relationship with the Vex.
Not by choice, but yes, I am. It's kind of like the hillbillies in. Well, no, wait, that is willingly. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dancing on that meat pole all of his own accord.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Love you, Gates. Hope you managed to find enough internet connection out in the shack to watch this episode. So, we got a little bit of news this week. Some, I guess, I don't know, they're not that interesting, but they are news points. In keeping with our format, looks like Nintendo is growing up.
What?
Yeah, they have confirmed Wolfenstein 2 and Doom are both coming to the Switch.
That'll be interesting to see how they play.
Yeah, it's been a while coming. I think at one point there was a version of both. Well, I know the original Wolfenstein 3D was on Super NES with its super PG version.
Hmm.
Doom, I remember there being a Doom on PlayStation 1. I don't think there's been one on a Nintendo console, possibly a modified version on a handheld. But I mean, yeah, it's interesting to see Nintendo coming this way. They also finally ironclad, because of course it's fucking Bethesda. Skyrim will be on the Switch. Which, big fucking shock there. It's a console with a cash shop, and Bethesda really wants to get Skyrim on there. I can't imagine that we're going to have this release, and then they'll figure something else out, and then we'll have 14 more releases of Skyrim on the Switch. Like, they won't even fucking make the Switch anymore. It'll be 10 goddamn years later, and Bethesda will be like, we're releasing Skyrim on the Switch again. Buy it.
Well, it'll be the special remastered HD Super Edition.
Yeah, and all the bugs from vanilla fucking Skyrim will still be present. It'll be awesome. I hope you have the ability to back up saves on the Switch, because if you don't, kids, your parents don't love you. They bought you a Switch. So that's
Yeah, you can. You can have an external save.
Well, that's
And then
what. Make sure you learn how to do that. Look it up on a computer. You know that thing that you should actually be playing Skyrim on.
Yeah. Don't plan on playing any Skyrim on a Switch, so I'm good.
And just remember, just because you're getting beat up because you have a PC doesn't mean anything, because mods. Just remember, when little Billy Brighton beats your ass with his Switch controller handled thing, it's because his parents don't love them, and they bought him a Switch. Also, his father might be an abusive alcoholic, but we won't go into that. You know who you are, Billy Brighton. And because we haven't quite fucking jumped the shark completely, we're now making a movie about a game that recently inspired a movie, and a game that keeps trying to be a movie, but always falls horribly short. That's right, they're making a full feature film showing Call of Duty's rise to popularity.
Yay?
Yeah, which
What?
I am pretty sure whoever they are paying to make this film, I will do it for a quarter of your budget. Maybe not even a quarter. I'm just going to pocket most of that. Let's be honest, it's going to go to cocaine and hookers. And then I'm going to spend like 10 minutes browsing YouTube, clipping together a trailer, a little bit of footage, and then I'm going to go fucking to the local high school and pay a bunch of 14-year-olds just to scream faggot into a microphone for a half hour.
Yeah, that does seem like the standard Call of Duty experience, doesn't it?
But that's it. Slap the fucking logo from Modern Warfare on there, then put in a pretty decent multiplayer section, and that's it. You're done. That's its rise to popularity. How did it get popular? Modern Warfare. Who gives a shit about Call of Duty 1 through 3? Everybody that bitched enough to get Call of Duty World War made, or whatever the fuck the new one is. Not World at War,
WW2.
but the World War II one, because, Battlefield did World War One, and now that's trite, so we got to move to something else that's going to be completely historically inaccurate as far as weapons go. And then you're going to get, 360 no-scope by a Nazi, which is pretty close to most of the player base in COD anyways. At least from what they say. I don't believe they're actually Nazis, it's just anonymity, and they're hateful little bastards, and their parents don't love them.
Man, a lot of those little kids on there are real fucking mean. Like, there's got to be something just a little wrong with those little motherfuckers.
I mean, I have experienced the kid getting yelled at by their parents a couple of times back in the day when I still played, so I gotta say, there is some hope out there. But back when I actually still purchased physical games, I also saw 8-year-olds getting their grandparents to buy them Call of Duty, so...
Man, I'm telling you right now, if I heard my 14-year-old talking over chat like some of them motherfuckers do, I would beat him with a fucking lock in a sock. I swear to God. Like, I ain't saying...
and that's how you know Zero loves his kids. You beat him with a lock and a sock.
GTA.
I ain't
And it
saying my kids are the best kids in the world. They're not. They ain't fucking angels.
Yeah, I've met him. He's not lying.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, he don't talk to people like some of those kids do. Hell no.
Oh, I've had the screaming fits, the kids yelling, the cursing, everything else. I just heard this word and I'm going to repeat it because it sounds cool and it makes me seem edgy. I have requested that kids put their parents on the headset repeatedly. I have heard the punishment and screaming as the kid gets shit taken away from him. All of these things brought great joy to my cold, bitter old heart.
Right?
See, you can't get away with it, kids. You do need to pay attention and not be idiots.
But that's really, I don't see there being like an hour and a half worth of film based on, two dudes made Modern Warfare. And then we fucked them on bonuses and they quit. And then they made a much better game called Titanfall 2.
That should be the fucking movie. Holy shit.
But you're still looking at maybe a 30-minute short film, and that's with some stretch in there.
Yeah, I don't see a full feature film coming out of it. Good luck. I am sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that Activision is going to dump an obscene amount of money into this, assuming they have any involvement. If not, it might actually be entertaining just to see all of the behind the things, because fucking Zampala and the other guy, I can't remember his name now. Like, if they can interview them, because you're gonna have to interview them for this movie.
Yeah.
They're probably not gonna have a whole lot of really kind things to say. I'm not sure what their current contract allows them to say. But I know the shit they said right after they left, and it was not nice.
No.
Very colorful.
They were real salty. Now, I'm not saying they don't have a right to be salty. Because, they did kind of get fucked out of their bonus, which is bullshit. Especially from a company who makes millions upon let's just go with fucking dump truck loads of money. Like, they just roll that shit up there with dump trucks and just pile it. And then they set it on fire because they fucking can. So to not give dudes their bonuses is real shitty.
I mean, it's just because of them that they got the money and their work and creativity.
Absolutely.
They had a minor part. Fuck them guys.
Yeah. No. But really, like, you would have thought that they would have just said, why don't we just give these guys their bonuses? It would be so much easier than to just listen to them bitch. Fuck. I know, like, they say any publicity is good publicity, whether it's good or bad. But still, sometimes you look like an asshole to people.
Oh, yeah.
Some people actually care to and actually listen to the bad publicity, and it affects their future purchases.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you say the people that it doesn't matter, well, they're going to buy it no matter what. But the other people, I mean, you like do a solid to your developers and producers or whatever, and your team, and you do them a solid. It's like, see, they care. I like this company because they care about the people making this for us. I'm going to support them. I'm, even if I'm not 100% on it. Well, if I'm on the fence, it's going to lead me to, purchase it than not.
All right. We've beaten the cod horse to death. But don't worry. We'll have it as a news topic next week, too. Just with slightly updated complaints, but pretty much the exact same thing. We're sure most of that COD audience will tune in for it. So, beating on my favorite RPG company yet again. They're releasing Final Fantasy 15 again. They're trying to get the full version on Switch. They've got a mobile version. I'm pretty sure at Tokyo Game Show 18, it's going to be on a fucking coffee pot and a fridge. Like, you're going to be able to get an abacus. It's going to run Final Fantasy 15. Seriously, they're like, fuck you, Bethesda. You want to release some shit? We'll release some shit. I don't care what it is. Fucking magnifying glass plays Final Fantasy 15. There's a version of it on there. You shut the hell up.
Yeah. I did see that. I've been seeing that being, released or they're going to be, if it isn't, say on pretty much everything. Seen all kinds of ads for the mobile one of it especially. It's like you can play it anywhere on your mobile device now. Final Fantasy 15. I'm like, okay.
And it's
Be interesting to see the differences and how much they gotta, change to make it work.
It's a good game. I still haven't finished it. It's apparently not that great, but it's a good game. But Jesus, take it easy, Square. Your whole sell games as services thing did not work for you. In fact, you had to sell a studio back to itself because the games as services thing does not fucking work. Just chill the fuck out, man. Just chill the fuck out. Seriously. Take a lesson from our next news article. And if you just keep releasing the same thing, but wait 20 years in between, you're a fucking hero. Because the first review versions of the SNES Mini are out. And everybody is super fucking excited. The attention to detail. The complaints that North America got the gray and purple and fucking Japan got the Famicom colored one. Still bitching about that after all this time. I don't know why. Get some paint, motherfucker. Do some shit. Don't be lazy. But all the same things everybody loved about the NES Classic, right there. Plays well, you got your ports, everything else. And the same fucking complaints that everybody had about the NES Classic are still there. Like, the fucking cord on the NES Classic controller was ridiculously short, like tiny.
3 foot. I think
I think it was actually 2.5 feet.
Yeah. And they made it slightly longer, but it's still like 4 feet or under. We have 60-inch TVs, 60-inch HD TVs, and we're old. We're not sitting on the motherfucking floor 3 feet in front of the goddamn TV anymore. Come on, Nintendo. Give us some fucking room here. That motherfucker needs to be like 8 goddamn feet long, and I do not have a huge living room, and I use USB extension cords for my fucking headset and my fucking controller for the PS4 to charge the motherfucker because I spend too much time playing games when I sit down to actually do it. That's not the point. The point is, give us a long fucking cord. I want to be able to go take a dump and still hold on to the fucking controller. That's what I want. Y'all heard me. Do some shit, or just give us some standard USB ports so it makes our lives easier. I can get on Monoprice, get myself a handful of fucking 6-foot cables, and it doesn't matter what you did.
Yes, exactly. I'd say at least make them something standard where you can use something you already have, or get something reasonable and not have to get, specialized. And yeah, way to learn and add another foot to it, because that's still gonna have your ass on the floor right in front of your TV.
But they've got, I mean, the good parts were back. Save states exist. So every game, the 21 games it launches with, you've got your save states for each of those. The rewind feature is still there. Does not interfere with games that use the battery. All of that's still included. You can still go into Final Fantasy VI and save your game like normal. But you have to hit the reset button on the console to access these things. That is just plain stupidity. Again, I'm going to figure out a way using third-party products to get further the fuck away from my goddamn giant TV before I get a sunburn. And now I got to walk across the room to do this shit? No, come on.
Yeah.
You've got plenty of buttons on the controller. Do a multi-press or add a switch or something to the fucking controller. That's the one thing they deserve credit for on this. Like, every review I read said the exact same thing. The SNES Mini is the SNES controller. There is zero difference between the two. Like, the fucking membrane feel, the clicky button, the whole 9 yards, everything is exactly the same on the controller.
Yeah.
Except, the Super NES came with like a fucking 15-foot long cord, and we still get this bullshit.
Yes, but if I'm not mistaken, like, don't they have like a start or select button on those controllers, just like the regular NES did?
Yes, both. Start, select, X, Y, A, B, L, R, and then the D-pad.
So you get your start and select, and that would make sense to use for, getting to the menu instead of going and pushing that reset. That's just all I'm thinking, it's just common sense stuff.
You would think
I'm sorry.
so. You would think so.
You would.
But somebody that seems to be listening to the fans, the Atari box is getting some details released.
I've seen that.
Which, yes, giant, massive, old school boner. Good job, Atari. They're planning on releasing it $250 to $300. It will be natively running Linux using an AMD processor and a Radeon graphics card. They want to have that flexibility. They've already said that it's going to have a music player and a browser and all this other shit. So you'll have all those options. I'm sure fucking Netflix, Hulu, Crackle, all those companies are going to be building an app for it. So it's all native and runs smoothly. They did say they want to be able to play some standard games but we're not going to be able to play anything high end on it. But they're going for the more casual crowd or a more niche crowd, so they want to be able to launch just standard games like Minecraft and shit on it. And they think it'll be capable of running like current to mid level games, just nothing high end graphically. Plus, Atari is campaigning hardcore to bring as much of the original Atari catalog as they can. So that's right, it's a $300 machine with HD capability that you can fucking play Pong on.
Fucking A, man.
But at least they're trying to put the whole library there and not limiting it to,
Yeah, the
10,
whole
20 or 30.
the whole Linux UI is going to be designed to work on a TV. So I'm imagining Steam Big Picture or something like that. But once we get one in the wild, I am sure it will be hacked apart. It's probably, I'm going to be shocked if it doesn't have USB ports on it. It's Linux. People build the fucking compiler and the drivers for keyboard and mouse support. This is going to be a really, really cheap budget PC by the time it's all said and done. But they're trying to use Indiegogo and shit. They're going to crowdfund it and expect their first release in early 2018.
That's not too far off.
It's pretty cool.
So they got a lot of stuff figured out, and they must be ready for the final stage. Get the money and build it. Yeah, I'd say that should be very interesting to see. Say bring as much library as they can, and like I said, they're gonna they'll have something. I'm sure like the Nintendo eShop or Steam or whatever that it connects to, that you can, these are the games that we're able to play, and here you go. Get them and play these ones you want. There might be some that are newer, but it's going to have, possible graphic limitations where you won't run, everything won't look super pretty.
Yeah, and I imagine that if it takes off, if it's really successful, I can see Atari Box being basically a go-to for indie developers, as well as other larger companies that want to spend less. I mean, look at I Am Setsuna and games like that have done really well on Steam and don't require a high-end PC or fuck. Again, you could probably run the motherfucker on a toaster at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, I'd say that's definitely a trend. A lot of them are now, they're not pushing the limit nearly as much anymore. They're going to other ones with let's say that in the shorter. It takes you can get by with a smaller team and a shorter development time. You can do it a year turnaround or whatever, and you'll have something good out there that you can actually release complete at the end, not partial.
yeah, so I think it'll be interesting to see. But like I said, that's going to require it to actually take off. 250 to 300 purchase price. That's not bad. Yeah, it's not like, oh, I went to the drugstore and I'm going to throw this money away on this Chinese made knockoff retro console, but it's still not that big of an investment, especially given it can do multiple things. Like, I bought an Amazon Fire Stick to replace my PS3 because I didn't want to spend the money on another console to sit in a room that I spend 4 hours every couple of nights in. So why bother? Something like this may hit that middle ground to where it's worth the price because it does more than just play Atari games.
Yeah, I'd say what it's able to do. I mean, it's a console price, like all the other consoles for the most part. But I mean, it does more than it. Although, say the newer ones, you can do all the same, the browsing, all the different apps, whatnot. So it's going to do mostly the same thing. But
Yeah,
I want
you to go log onto your PS4 and go to the web browser. You come back and talk to me.
Yeah, I never used it.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, Black Sun. It's because it's dog shit.
Yeah, my PC's here. I just switch the input on my monitor if I need it, or actually if I need the browser while I'm on it, I just use the other monitor. So I've never had the need to try.
But it should be interesting. And that's, I mean, they'll have a good combination between AMD and Radeon. So you know that shit's going to be built together and work well, hopefully. Let's not have any more Xbox 360 issues, folks, especially on something like this. But it does kind of tie us back in because not that great of graphics. Going to be pretty hard to have some awesome visuals on the Atari box.
Nice tie-in, bud. That's real good.
I am like a fucking balloon wizard when it comes to tying shit together, man. You just, there's one end and then there's the other, and then it's a fucking giraffe.
I was hoping for the dog on the bicycle.
That shit can't happen in real life. That's bullshit. That's not a fucking balloon animal. That's just a lie.
That's true.
Some lines are pretty cool.
Wait a minute, dogs can't ride bicycles?
Fuck no, they can't. Have you seen their
Oh.
legs? They don't work that way.
Oh, yeah. That's a real good point, man.
So
I should stop getting high before I go to work then.
yeah, probably.
Save it
It's
for the
cool.
drive home.
It's cool. He's totally not an air traffic controller.
Shh.
So,
Give me.
visuals. I want a best and worst that springs to mind immediately. This means no him-hawing for 20 minutes. Best and worst.
I immediately got the best one. For me, like, the one that
Yeah.
popped into my mind is Castlevania. Like the old one, when fucking Dracula's castle fades in. It's fucking awesome. Like, that's the very first thing I thought of. Like, I remember being a little kid and just being like, that is fucking awesome. And it's real fucking creepy. Might have been fucking old school graphics, but still, like, when I was a kid, that was pretty fucking cool at that point.
Okay. See, I don't know. See, for their time, the Ninja Gaiden when they came out, not the real old ones, which they did great actually for what they had on the original Nintendo also, but the Xbox or 360 when they started re-releasing them there, they did really well with them. I think with what they had to work with, I liked them a lot. Really enjoyed them. For not current anyways. The real new releases, there's nothing real. I mean, there's some improvements, but nothing that's just super great that stands above the rest, I guess.
Wow, you guys got nothing bad. You had
And-
nothing pop in your
no.
head as bad.
No. Like there's some games that just weren't real fucking great visual, like Battletoads. Battletoads was kind of fun to play, but visually, Battletoads was fucking awful. Or at least
You're-
in my opinion.
You're going to have to elaborate there, sir.
What do you mean? You want me to elaborate why I think it was awful, or do you not remember the game Battletoads?
No, I remember the game quite well. I also know that it was kind of, a technological achievement. So I want to know what was bad. Like, do you agree or disagree that Ninja Gaiden was well done and looked good?
I don't know. I'm on the fence about it.
Because Battletoads looks a lot better than even Ninja Gaiden did, and I mean it was pretty fucking impressive for the time. Like I think you're talking shenanigans, sir. I think you're confusing a hard game with bad graphic design. I think you may have some pent up childhood memories there that are bleeding through. It's the speeder level, isn't it? Speeder level is why you've got this hate just welling up inside of you that you can't let go of, and like this was the one thing you would fall back on. Like as soon as I get the chance.
That is definitely it's got to be. This definitely it.
Say 2 months ago, my teacher did the speeder level in like no time. Only hit a wall once because everybody was bitching about it. Said that one was like so bad and whatnot, and he's like, loaded it up on the emulator, and he's like, boom, there you go.
You just gotta. I mean, it's literally memory. That's all it is.
It's all just a pattern.
But yeah, no, I don't think it was a bad design. Like, I mean, look at a semi-modern game like Vampire Rain. The game came out on the PS3. What is still a technological achievement for that console to even exist. And the game looked like ass. That was some PS2 level bullshit.
Oh yeah. Now I know which one. Yeah, that was some dog shit, dude.
Yeah, that was
It really was. That was some dog shit.
That was a bottom tier game in every respect, but even that could have been mildly forgiven had it been like a technological achievement in graphics or something else. And like you see the cover art and you see some shit and you're like, well, it doesn't look that bad. And then you actually see the game and it's like, whoa, 2006 called.
Oh, I got another one.
Or I guess 2003 at that point. That was shortly before, but yeah. Go ahead.
Operation Raccoon City. Holy fuck. That one. Whoo! Not only was that game broken as fuck, just mechanic wise, but graphically, it was terrible. I mean, god awful. Fuck. Like, I bought that. Like, I had high hopes for that game. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this is gonna be cool. You're gonna get to see a whole bunch of the shit that went on, like, the in between. Like, how the Umbrella people got there, what was going on with, the Umbrella soldiers, wow, opposite of what was going on with the Raccoon City the police department. I was like, this is gonna be real fucking cool. And then I loaded that shit up and I was like, oh, I am real fucking sad right now. This is not good. Like, is that a person? Or am I playing as a zombie right now? This fucking blows. I'm real sad. I wasted my fucking money on this shit.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
But yes, very true.
I looked at the fucking cover of Vampire Rain and I was like, oh, wait, nope, I got one. I'm going to throw down.
Now the other, I guess, really to give the best credit I can, the best visuals I can think of that sprung to mind immediately was The Witcher 3.
I will admit, like, I have played some of The Witcher 3, and I don't know what it is. I can't get into the combat real well. But damn, that is a beautiful fucking game, dude. It really is.
I'm a jump to the side here for a second. You want to know how to get into the combat in The Witcher 3?
Sure.
Play The Witcher 1.
Oh, no, fuck you. Oh,
Because if you make it through the intro in the original Witcher, The Witcher 3 is going to seem like somebody turned on easy mode, God mode, and sucked your dick at the same time.
No.
Does that make it tempting now, Zero?
No, like, no, I don't want any part of that shit. Fuck you. That's some horse shit.
Well, I guess you don't like getting your dick sucked.
He does not, in fact, like having his duck sucked.
That's his own fault or problem then. As for say for the bad for me, just the first one that popped in was one I seen a few months ago. I was looking stuff up, and it's the old Stationeers. It's supposed to be like I guess, a knockoff Kerbal Space Program type game or whatever, and they just it just looks off. It's can't decide between Minecraft and a 2D, 3D Lego look all mixed together. Yeah, I don't know. That one, say it was the first one you said bad looking. That's what popped up, and yeah, it's I don't know. They just need to make up their mind and stick to one.
Well, they can't
Uh,
because it's taken them so long to develop that they need to keep trying to ride that trend. And yeah,
Some
no.
even with the 2017 release date, which I don't believe.
I
May
just
become available, but it won't be complete.
I just thought of another one. Fucking Turok on the Nintendo 64. Oh man, ugly as shit. Like you look at the box and you're like, this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna fight fucking dinosaurs. And then you get in the game, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Huh?
All I know is I'm supposed to kill it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it and hope it wasn't friendly. That was definitely another game where, like, it just the graphics weren't. They just weren't good. They weren't polished. They weren't clean. They did not look good. Like if they'd have spent another 2 months and cleaned that shit up, it probably would have helped things out a lot. Because there was some good mechanics to the game, but the visuals, not so much.
Yeah.
I never did play that one. I think I seen it played, I believe, and that seems familiar. What you're saying. Say I didn't get much consoles after say the original Nintendo. Then after that, it was PC up until the Xbox era, and I still had PC mainly.
I mean,
I
you can
missed
go
a
into
few of
just
them
about
indie.
anything.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Just for remembering or knowing some of them.
I was gonna say, can you think of a PC game that was real bad?
That's that Stationeers was. That's a PC one. Early 7 Days to Die. That was a little. They were going more the Minecraft way, and they're kind of stuck to it though. They weren't trying to go for more. I guess there could have been improvement there, I think, and it wasn't ideal. But
I caught that game on sale when it was real cheap.
yep, same.
Like, I mean, absolute pennies on the dollar cheap. I think it was 95% off on Steam. And I was like, yeah, I can afford like 25 cents. That's cool. And I loaded it up and I was like, this game looks super janky. Let's give it a shot. And it graphic, like, I can't remember if it was in early access still or like if it was just before they had patched some of the issues, but it was pretty graphically it was pretty bad. Now I haven't played it since then, and that's probably been a year and a half, 2 years ago. So, I mean, they might. I've heard people say good things about it, but I don't know.
See, I played it. I had some fun with it there for a while. But like I said, I did the same thing. I got it, like I said, on the super sale, and it's like, yeah, it's something to play around with a little bit, have some fun with, and check it out. Like I said, you spend a couple dollars or whatever on it. And it's like, yeah, no big loss, and you can play around with a little bit. See, actually looking at it now, it actually looks like it is actually much better looking nowadays. Like they've actually redone all the graphics.
Now, visually for movies, like there was one movie that came to mind. I can't remember what the hell the name of it was, but it was basically done like it was a monster movie type deal. I want to say Cloverfield, but I don't think that's right. But it's basically like from the perspective of these four people with their goddamn cell phones. And I'm just like, this is a movie? How the fuck did they make this and actually sell this to somebody? Because some studio bought it and it just. I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to be an artsy play on something that I'm just too fucking stupid to understand, which is a very real possibility. Or it was
Like
just dog shit that I was watching.
artsy, like the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, sure. No, this shit made the Blair Witch Project look fucking awesome.
I don't think
Like,
that's Cloverfield. Cloverfield, I think they were trapped in a underground
nope, that's definitely not
fallout
it
shelter.
then. No, that's definitely not it. I can't for the life of me. Like, and you never get a look at the monster. Like, you just see aftermath, like parts of buildings and shit falling off, and it's like, oh shit, the monster just came through here. Yeah, yeah. And it's like, huh. Oh, okay, well, I mean, you're on foot, and you got a cell phone. Why don't you pan that motherfucker around and let me see this goddamn thing?
Because that kills all the suspense.
That's the problem, though. It wasn't even suspenseful. It was just like I could have understood like if they could have like actually made it suspenseful, but it just wasn't. To me, it wasn't good. And I suppose that's strictly opinion, but in my opinion, it just like visually the movie could have been a million times better.
And there was another game that I played recently that was a little rough on the graphics, but considering the development time on it, it wasn't too bad. You actually
Okay.
seen it, Zero. You seen it on Sunday, actually.
Ah, yeah.
Only so much you can do with Unity in a short amount of time.
I'm trying to think. There's not really a movie or anything else that stands out to me as far as like a movie that impressed me so much with the visuals.
See, I wouldn't say there's one that wasn't bad for, I think, their budget and what they did. That wasn't a big name one. I would think it was Appleseed. It's an anime.
Yeah.
See, and what they did with that, there's a couple along those lines with what they did with them. They did well with not being, a big budget type one. Say on that, that's where I'd have to go on that route. Bad ones on side, well, yeah, I'd say there's none real horrible ones other than like say the Blair Witch. I just never got into that one. It wasn't necessarily bad. It just that wasn't my forte, or didn't care for that style. For what they did, yeah, they followed what they wanted to do, and that was on. What about good ones for you? For yeah, what are your better classic ones that you liked game wise?
Oh, classic wise, that's pretty simple. I mean, Final Fantasy VI, anything from the Tales series. That basically everything shoehorned into the 16-bit RPG era.
Mm-hmm.
And you
No,
see, for me, like, I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy, but mine's 7. Like, I can remember the very first time, like, the very first cutscene when it pans around Midgar, and you actually get a full cinematic, and it's like I can remember being a kid and being like, "Oh wow, this is gonna change fucking games forever." Like that was the thing for me. I was like, man, these are the coolest graphics I've ever seen in a fucking game. This is amazing.
and see, I went through the Quake series. I was big into. That's what started me on the PC side, or what I got into, and was doing that. I remember, say, seeing the jumps they would make with each one. 1 to 2, there was actually a decent little improvement there. We played 1 briefly, and then when 3 came out, Rocket Arena, that was a good jump. And then after that, there was quite a bit of time frame, and they went to Quake 4 or whatever, or re-release of Quake, and then it was just night and day difference, because there's probably 10 years of technology advancement in the time.
Oh yeah, I remember playing those games. They were pretty fucking cool.
I would say I did the Quake 2, and you get all the different game mods. You get the grapple hook, and the whole. It's actually one thing they did back then that was unique and that you didn't see. The one mod was the chase the chicken, and they actually got where they had the actual, like, they brought in where you could leave a trail of feathers in, if you're the one running around with the chicken. And they actually did pretty good with it for considering what they had to work with at the time. They did well.
Man, that'd be real funny.
You got no gun, you got a chicken, you got to run and hide while everybody's trying to hunt your ass down. Whoever has the chicken the longest wins.
Well, there you go.
I wasn't choking it, I was chasing it, I swear.
Hey, anybody got anything else?
I did think of one graphically bad movie. And as much as I hate to say it, the Green Lantern. Like, that shit did not look good.
You weren't impressed with their CGI?
No, I was not impressed with their CGI work. Like, Ryan Reynolds is one of my favorite actors. I think that dude is hilarious. But yeah, he couldn't even save that shit.
He didn't care for the suit. He had issues with it for some reason. Other than that, no, I'll say that's pretty much all of mine that I got for tonight.
Yeah, pretty good.
Well, all right, everybody out there in TV land, stick together. Stay tuned tomorrow for some After Dark. Until then, Zero, you know what to do.
Shoot for the stars.
Please, please, can it be over now?